Alright, here we go. Falcons fans, this is it. This is my prediction, my breakdown, my analysis of the Atlanta Falcons 2013 playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks. You know, this game, it's the moment of truth. You know, this is where everybody has to step up. This is where everybody's resiliency level, skill level, confidence level, mental toughness level has to be risen higher than it's ever been risen. We need this win. We want this win. We have to have this win. Because if we don't, we might never get this chance again. But I'm not looking at it that way. I say the only way the Falcons lose this game is because, well, they didn't want to win it. Or either because the Falcons beat themselves. But other than that, if we play with the confidence level and with the mentality that we played with for most of the season, I don't see why we can't beat the Seattle Seahawks. And that's just the truth. But anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and break this game down for y'all. Alright. Well, this is obviously going to be a matchup of size for both teams. Seattle has big defenders. Atlanta has big receivers. Or big offenders, I should say. So, this is going to be a matchup of size, strength, quickness, whatever you want to call it. But I think first off we should talk about the Falcons on defense, which is where I always go whenever I break down a Falcons game. So defensively, I think what we have to do is we have to make Russell Wilson a normal quarterback. And what I mean by a normal quarterback is like how we've done against other mobile quarterbacks that run that read option in Robert Griffin and Cam Newton. We cannot allow Russell Wilson to execute the read option. Because if he does, it's going to make him a part of the offense that he probably shouldn't be a part of. But, be that as it may, it works for him and it works for them. But I think defensively, Atlanta, we have to make Russell Wilson a pocket passer. We have to force his throws. Being that Russell Wilson is a shorter quarterback, much like Drew Brees, we have to get middle pressure, or the correct pronunciation for it would be interior pressure. And we have to put guys in his face, put hands in his face, in order to allow our edge rushers to sack him. Plain and simple. I think if we do that, that'll be a good start. Because if we limit Russell Wilson to being a strictly, or if we limit Russell Wilson to being strictly a pocket passer, then they cannot run the ball. If we make Russell Wilson strictly throw the ball, they cannot run the ball. So therefore, if they can't run the ball, then that basically takes Marshawn Lynch out of the picture, which is what we want to do. But in case we cannot do that, and Russell Wilson does decide to run that option offense, we must stop Marshawn Lynch. Now we know Lynch is tough, he's fast, and he's powerful. He can run in between tackles. So that means we're going to have to really lay the leather on this guy. I mean, we're going to have to hit this guy harder than he's ever been hit in his life. Now, I'm not saying injure Marshawn Lynch, but we want to stop him. And we want to stop him hard. And the only way we can do that is by good technical tackling. Much like I was saying back with the Philadelphia game, don't try to knock Marshawn Lynch out specifically, but just get a few good path to the ball tackles to get yourself going. And then when the opportunity presents himself, if you can get him in space, and if you got a good angle on him, then that's when you deliver the big kibosh. That's just how I see it. So, easy tackling will develop into powerful tackling. That's how I see that. So basically, again, for y'all that didn't hear me the first time, when the Falcons are on defense, the first thing that they have to do is they have to limit Russell Wilson to being a pure pocket passer, which is a normal quarterback, logically. And if he does get that option offense going, we got to tackle Marshawn Lynch hard, aggressively. But, like I also said, if we get pressure from the middle in Wilson's face, the sacks will come. The edge pressure will come. But we must do that. And if Russell Wilson decides to take off, again, don't tackle to knock him out, but just good, solid tackles. And when the opportunity presents itself, then if you want to deliver the boom, do it. And also, I do expect to see some type of blitzing in this game. I don't know when it's going to come, but I know it'll come. Now, the thing is about that is knowing when to blitz. Now, Russell Wilson is a good quarterback, and he's a smart quarterback, most importantly. So if we just blitz every other third down, Russell Wilson might get us. And that could spell trouble. So what we got to do is make Russell Wilson think about the blitz. And just when he's not thinking about it, blitz. That's just my prerogative. But hey, Mike Nolan's a smarter guy than me when it comes to that. That's why he's the defensive coordinator and I'm not. So, I'm just saying. But I do expect to see, or at least I hope to see, some blitzing in this game. But if not, like I said, pressure up the middle to open up the edge pressure and the sacks. So, yeah. And if Russell Wilson decides to take the ball and make a play himself, we got to tackle him good. Plain and simple. But limiting Russell Wilson to just passing from the pocket will be paramount. Because like I said, if we make Russell Wilson a normal quarterback and just get him passing from the pocket, that'll take away the run game. And we won't even have to worry about Lynch. But more than likely, he's going to find a way to make that happen because Russell Wilson does not give up on plays. So we'll just have to be prepared for that. And they may fool us slightly. They may slightly fool us. But just like when we played Carolina here, just like when we played Washington, we will eventually stop it. Because remember, like I've always said, when it comes to stopping the read option, it's all about awareness. It's all about locating where the ball is going. Not necessarily who has the ball, but where the ball is going. If we can locate where the ball is going and get a good angle on that ball and tackle hard, we'll stop it. We've done it before, we can do it again. Simple as that. Now, as far as the secondary goes, I do expect some zone. I do expect some zone from our secondary. I don't expect a lot of, cover 2 or, man coverage. Well, no. Cover 2 is a part of the zone, right? Yeah, it is. But I was going to say I don't expect a whole lot of man coverage because Seattle doesn't have, really big receivers. I mean, they really only have one big receiver, and that's who? Sidney Rice. But Golden Tate, Doug Baldwin, well, let me take that back. I mean, they do have the tight ends, McCoy and Zach Miller and Sidney Rice. But just as far as like wide receivers specifically, they're not really that big. So I think we can zone them up a little bit and just only allow a certain amount of yards. But the key to that is, for the secondary, no deep plays. No long, deep plays. If we do allow a deep play, meaning if Russell Wilson is able to launch the ball deep to Sidney Rice, we're in trouble. That's going to spell trouble. Not saying that we can't stop it, because we can. But I'm just saying, let's not allow too many of those deep throws. So I do expect to see some zone from Nolan, maybe like on first and second down. I would rather, give up a first down and maybe like a couple of, maybe some yardage. But as far as like the deep ball goes, can't have that. Cannot have that at all. So the secondary, I do expect them to play zone and just cover those receivers well. That's pretty much it. So for the D-line, interior pressure to set up the edge pressure and the sacks. Limit Russell Wilson to a pocket passer. But if he should be able to get the read option offense off, stop Lynch or stop him. Most importantly, stop Lynch. That's what I say. Stop Lynch. And you should be fine. Now, as far as our offense and their defense, which is, like most games, the matchup that everybody is intrigued about. Again, this is going to be where the real challenge happens, because this is where the spotlight is going to be put on Matt Ryan and the offense. Here's my thing. We need to be balanced. But here's the catch. Run the ball a lot. I think our running game will be key to this game, because I guarantee you Seattle is not preparing for our run game. They're preparing to stop our passing game. So, if we run the ball a lot, which is something they're not expecting us to do, then we should pretty much have this game sealed. Even though it won't be easy, but that gives us a better chance to win the game, I think. Not saying that I don't have confidence that Matt Ryan can win the game passing the ball, but just with Seattle's corners and their speed and the reads that they have on quarterbacks, I still want Matt to take those risks, don't get me wrong, but what I say is like, as we're passing the ball, run the ball and catch them by surprise, so we can wear that D-line out and wear that secondary out, and then basically Matt just snipe them and pick up the pieces. And then there you have it. We get our first playoff win. Done data. Now that's easier said than done, but I'm just saying. So I think so to sum it all up with the offense, run the ball, but be balanced at the same time. I mean, I still expect us to use the screen, because they're going to want to come after Matt. Like, Gus Bradley he's going to want to blitz. They may not have said that because they probably don't want to give away their game plan, which is smart. But Gus Bradley is going to want to blitz. Trust me. He's looked at that film from the New Orleans game. He's looked at that film from the Arizona game. He's looked at that film from the Tampa Bay game. And he will want to blitz. They're going to send 5-6 guys after Matt. Trust me. And once again, our O-line must. It's not even a have to anymore. They must protect Ryan. Must protect Ryan. They've got to start pancaking guys. For real. This is the playoffs now. They've got to start pancaking guys. But, yes, definitely balance with the run game and the screen. And, you know what? I was listening to 790, and I think Dave Archer really made a very potent point that everybody's going to be keyed in on Roddy and Julio, and possibly even Tony. But I think Harry Douglas is going to need to be used a lot in this game. So really what I think Matt just needs to use everybody. As far as passing the ball, just use any and everybody you can. The closest man that's open, use him. Whether that's off a quick slant, a curl, hitch, whatever, out route, whatever, And basically, now that you've got everybody's attention, trying to, I guess, figure out where Harry's going to be, that's when you fool them all and you throw the ball downfield to Julio for a touchdown. Or Roddy. Because they're going to be all over the place. So, Yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, if we can do that, we'll get our first playoff win. So again, on defense, don't allow any explosive plays. Limit Russell Wilson to pocket passing. If he runs the option, stop him or stop Lynch. Mostly Lynch. And on offense, balance in the run game, quick throws, and eventually explosive plays too. And that's pretty much it. Now, one thing I want to clear up before I go. Everybody's talking about, I've been hearing some Falcons fans on here. One man in particular, my boy G Simp. One thing, man. Now, you know I love you. You know I love you like a brother. You're my DBN brother. But in no way will this game be a blowout. I will be shocked if this game is a blowout. I will be pleasantly stunned if we blow the Seahawks out. But that's highly impossible. Because Seattle's hungry too, just like us. Although I think we're a little bit hungrier than them. But Seattle's hungry. And Seattle's going to come and they're going to play us the hardest they've ever played. And, you know, they're going to give us a game. And it's going to be close. Might even say razor sharp close. It might come down to a field goal or a touchdown or maybe even 2 touchdowns. But in no way will this game be a domination by either team. Because it's too many good matchups on both sides of the ball. And, you know, this is the playoffs. Rarely do you see a blowout in the playoffs. Rarely. So yeah. This will be a good competitive game. But I believe the Falcons will win. And I believe they're going to win. And we're going to get our first playoff win. And we're going to, you know, erase or wipe out this shadow that's been haunting us for the past 5 years. And that's pretty much it. Seahawks fans, you can take that how you want to take it. Now I'm going to tell you, like I said at the beginning before I started breaking the game down, the only way Atlanta loses this game is if they make stupid mistakes that they know that they're not supposed to make, and if they're not confident. But for some reason, I just don't think that's going to happen. I think this game is too important. There's too much on the line. And I think my team can do it. Matter of fact, I know my team can do it. And I believe they will do it. We may have to fight for it. We may have to dig deep down inside our guts to do it. But we will pull it out. Seattle will have their moments. They may think they may have us ready to go. But it will not happen. Because we're too hungry. And we're too determined and too focused to let that happen. So we'll be ready, Seattle. And we'll be ready, Seattle Seahawks fans as well. So just be ready to see Atlanta get that first playoff win and advance to the NFC Championship to face either the Packers or the 49ers. Real talk. Oh yeah, another thing. I'll be giving my my other half of the divisional playoff predictions tomorrow afternoon. So, y'all stay tuned for that. I know this video was kind of long, but I don't care. If you care to watch it, fine. If you don't, Oh well. I love breaking down football games. It's what I like to do. Excuse me for being me. Matter of fact, no. Don't excuse me. I am me. You don't like it? Get gone. Don't watch my videos. Plain and simple. But for all those who do watch, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Keep watching. Because obviously, y'all care enough about me breaking down the game that I've grown to love. So, there it is. But anyway, Falcons will win no matter how deep we got to dig and no matter how hard we got to fight. We will win this game and we will advance to the NFC Championship. I believe that and I'm claiming that. Period. So, until Sunday, I'm gone. 2 fingers. Rise up.